And here's my take on the situation. It's very sad and it sucks because these 4 teams in the ACC, only 4 teams, they're ruining it for the rest of the conference. It's absolutely bonkers, I'll tell you that much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Saturday. Hope all of you are having a great Saturday morning. Well, actually, when you're seeing this video, it's going to be Saturday afternoon. But the point is, it's Saturday. And oh yeah, by the way, if this doesn't hype you up, I don't know what will. When this Saturday is over, next Saturday, August 19th, that is the last Saturday without college football. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. Only one Saturday to go. That may confuse some of y'all because no, that's not week 1. It's actually labeled as week 0. I think there's, there's going to be, I think, about 5, 6, 7, 8 games, including USC. So you got a top 10 team playing. So I'm pumped up, man. I'm ready for football, and I think all of you're ready for it as well. But in today's video, we aren't here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about the future. We're here to talk about, yet again, the ACC. When I first saw this news, my immediate reaction was, I don't even know why this news got leaked out, and I'm starting to believe it only got leaked out so people like me can talk about it. And the reason it's so funny to me, because in last night's video, what did we talk about? We talked about how some teams, and it wasn't even thrown out there which teams, but some teams in the ACC, they weren't a fan of approving Stanford and California joining the conference. And at that point in time, that's all we knew. We didn't know who the teams were. And well, what do you know? Right after I post that video, I'm talking about right after, I get tagged in some news that it's been named who the teams were. Like I said, I don't even know why this got released to the public. I'm not even too sure how it got released, but it's out there. We're going to talk all about that, and also we got another minor topic to speak on, and that's apparently and allegedly Ohio State looks awful at practice. One of their top wide receivers, Emeka Ebuka, even stated, quote unquote, "We can't even complete a screen pass right now." Yeah, what do y'all think about that? Definitely got an opinion on that situation, and a strong opinion. Those are 2 topics we're going to go over in today's Saturday afternoon video. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and yeah, that's all there is to it. All right, Matt, blah, shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, where shall we start off with this? I say we talk about the ACC situation, and we'll talk about Ohio State later in this video. Because I really just want to get into this ACC stuff, and I think you guys do as well. But if you are interested in that, stay tuned till the end. Let's check out some of the comments on the previous video to see what you guys had to say about the ACC not wanting to add Stanford and California. We got a nice one right here from P-Mac. He said, "You are single-handedly getting me ready for this college football season, Matt. You're great. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope I'm getting you excited because I'm excited myself, and I can't tell you guys enough how proud I am and just happy I am to be a part of our community, a community of people that just love college football. It's a blessing, it's amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with me all throughout this offseason. So thank you yet again to P-Mac, but check out this comment from Joshua. I really like it. Joshua stated, "I don't know if the ACC will completely fall apart like the Pac did, but I do agree they need to be more proactive and add before they lose schools," which is pretty much what I was talking about in that video. I'm more shocked that they had enough votes to not add, though, with only 4 to 5 teams even tied to the SEC and Big Ten. You'd think the rest of the schools would want to expand given what just happened to the Big 12 and Pac-12, and that's what I'm saying. I would love to read off all these comments, but we're going to read off one more, and we got to get down to business, and I got to share the news. This person said, "I agree with Stanford and California not getting added because they are legitimately on the other side of the country, and I understand that perspective. However, I think they should add teams like Memphis, SMU, ECU, which is Eastern Carolina. They need to do something before dying off." What do y'all think about that? That's a pretty unique perspective. I haven't heard that being thrown around. Memphis, SMU, and ECU? I think that's a pretty good idea. I don't have a problem with that because at least from a regional standpoint, it's not as bad as it would be if you added Stanford and California. And pretty much all of you guys in the comment section, y'all were piggybacking off of that and saying the same thing. Most people agree with me on the situation. You gotta be proactive. You gotta add some new teams. You can't just sit back and relax and let what happened to the Pac-12 happen to you, because it will. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into the breaking news. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, to make an extremely long story short, the ACC pretty much voted on not to add Stanford and California, which is what it is. We've talked all about it. I've already shared my opinion. But then right after I upload that video, the teams that voted no on this, their names were released to the public. And what's so funny about this is for you to add these new teams, Stanford and California, or any new teams, you need 12 out of 15 members to say yes. And guess how many members out of 15 said yes, including Notre Dame? 11. They were 1 shy. And to go on top of that, the 4 schools that voted no were Clemson, Florida State, the Seminoles, North Kakalaki, and NC State. Ah, yes. You know why this is so funny to me and so ironic? What did I say in yesterday's video? I told you guys, I guarantee you the teams that are saying, no, we don't want to add them are going to be the same teams that are going to leave in a couple of years. And well, look at these 4 teams. Clemson, Florida State, we know they're leaving. And it's been rumored for a couple of years that North Carolina, they want to leave, and same thing for NC State. So to me, it goes back to this. As a commissioner, when are you just going to override this? I don't know if they can override it, but if you can, you should. Because you shouldn't even be listening to Clemson and Florida State. They are going to leave. That just doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, I don't know all the details and information that goes on behind the scenes. Maybe this has to happen. Maybe all the teams have to vote yes. Maybe the commissioner can't override it, but I feel like he has the power to do so. Oh yeah, by the way, and I know this is kind of random, but it goes hand in hand with our topic. I asked you guys in yesterday's video, why does Notre Dame really want Stanford and California to join? Let me know in the comment section. And I saw a lot of people saying, well, Matt, they wanted to join because Stanford is a great academic school. And also I saw some people saying that Stanford and Notre Dame, that's sort of like a rival game. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense now because Stanford is a great academic school. So of course Notre Dame is pushing for them to be brought in. Didn't really think about it from that standpoint. So thank you to everybody that said that in the comments. And also in that video, I know this is extremely random as well. I said, by the way, shout out to the Oregon fans that always see me in the comment section. And check out what this person had to say. This person stated, I'm from Alaska and there's tons of diehard Oregon Duck fans up here, LOL. I wish Alaska had a college football team. That would be sick as F. We could be the Alaskan Kings, King Salmon. That was my high school mascot. Shout out to Alaska, man. I didn't even know people lived there for real. I thought that was some abandoned state or something. As a matter of fact, I'm curious. Hold on. What's the temperature in Alaska right now? I'm finna pull it up. Okay, what's a city in Alaska? Hold on, let me ask Siri what the state capital is. Hey Siri, what's the state capital of Alaska?
The state capital is Juneau.
Juneau, okay. Let me try to pull that up in the weather app. Juneau, Alaska, it is currently 56 degrees. Wow, in the middle of summer? Okay, yeah, in Alaska right now, it's pretty much every single day, 60 to 70 degrees. That's the high. Granted, that's in the summer. I wonder how cold it gets there in the winter. Let me know in the comment section if you're watching this video and you're from Alaska. How cold does it get there in the winter? And also, like this person said, hey, I wish Alaska had a football team. Well, my friend, I think the reason they don't have a football team is because you can't even play there. The playing conditions would be awful, wouldn't it? I'm just kind of assuming, and I guess you'd say projecting here. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked. That's besides the point. Matt, lock in. Get down to business. Sorry. Well, now that I think about it, that pretty much is it. Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina, and NC State, they're voting no. Here's where things get a little interesting, though. Can they re-vote on this? Will they re-vote? I don't know. I don't know how all that plays into it. Maybe you just have one vote, and if you don't get the 12 out of 15, that's it. But I would like to assume they could redo it. But even if they redo it, here's my question. What's going to change all these 4 teams that voted no? What's going to change their minds? And here's my take on the situation. It's very sad and it sucks because these 4 teams in the ACC, only 4 teams, they're ruining it for the rest of the conference. And what's even worse about it is more than likely these said 4 teams are going to be leaving the conference. It's absolutely bonkers, I'll tell you that much. And why do you got to have 12 out of 15 votes? That is such a high percentage. I feel like it should only be like 9 out of 15 or 10 out of 15. That's all I got for that. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. And before we end off this video, let's talk about Ohio State real briefly. I've had a couple people tag me in this. I'm just going to show it to you on Instagram. This is where people tag me in it and read it off word for word. Apparently, the little bro Ohio State had a pretty rough day of fall camp today, especially with their O-line, which has 0 depth. The players reportedly just kind of came out flat, quote unquote, and didn't play with much energy. Junior wide receiver Emeka Abuga, who is really good, said something along the lines of, quote unquote, we can't even complete a screen pass right now. However, if there is a positive coming out of the practice, it's that Kyle McCord played significantly better than Devin Brown today, apparently, and that was far more consistent. Why did I say and that? It's just and was far more consistent, but that's the end of all you need to know. The point is, apparently and allegedly, they were struggling. And also, the O-line wasn't good. You know what I gotta say about that? Here's my response. I don't care. It's practice. I'm gonna say this, and if you know, you know. We talking about practice. I don't care. It's the same thing with all these guys I know that are at these Alabama scrimmages and they're at the workouts, always texting me, trying to call me every single day and give me some BS update on the quarterback situation. Matt, Todd Sampson's looking good. Matt, Jalen Miller, blah, blah. I don't care. It's practice. I'm not saying practice isn't important for the players because, yes, it is, but for me to sit up here and try to overreact to practice, no, I'm not going to do it because I don't care. I don't care. That's the reason Ohio State is having these practices, to work out the kinks. I just can't stand these college football nerds that try to analyze practice. That's how I know you've never played a sport in your life, if you're trying to analyze and break down practices. If you've ever played a sport at a high level, you know this. That is when you work on stuff you're bad at. So more times than not, yes, you're going to look bad at practice sometimes. Because at practice, you don't work on things you're already great at. You work at the bad stuff. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. That's my 2 cents on that. Let me know your thoughts down below. But roll with me.